Hey there, it's Coach Sarah from Rise and Shine Running, and I just wanted to touch base with you. Happy winter. Yesterday it was negative 17 degrees out when we went for our run in the morning. So a question I get asked quite a bit is, how do you dress for that kind of weather? So I wanted to take a few minutes and show you exactly how I layer, and then in a separate video I'll tell you about how I prepare and actually facilitate that kind of a run. Okay, so first off, let's show you exactly what I'm wearing when I dress. And I'm gonna pick up the pieces and show you. So underwear, standard. I'm not gonna show you that. Sports bra, underwear. And then over my sports bra, I searched high and low for this. This is actually a fleece lined tank top, which I love and found on Amazon. I had one from years ago that pretty much disintegrated. Finally found this again this year. So I bought a few of them and have them ready to go. So layer one on top of my sports bra is this fleece lined tank top. Tech wear always feels a little bit cold to me, so I prefer cotton and fleece. So this is my first layer. Then I'll usually put like a cotton really thin. I use a lot of Life is Good. I like those t-shirts. They're really soft and feel good on my skin on top of that. And then I would usually have on top of that is just a very thin layer here. So this is just like a sports top. This is actually Cuddle Duds. You can find these in like your local Kohl's, but they're very, very soft and it's a nice warm layer. So first is the tank top, then a light t-shirt. For me, that's my personal preference because I just like the feel of cotton better than the feel of this. On those really cold days, I have this shirt, I use this for skate skiing as well. This is by the company Craft, and this is especially excellent when it's very windy out. So this has a windproof front, and then it's got like a knit back, and it also has a really long but very loose turtleneck. So this can come up very high, keeps my neck covered, and allows for my, my head covering to go into it, which I love because then there's zero exposed skin. So again, this goes over those other layers that I just spoke about. And the links for some of these will be down in the bottom in the text portion. So that's the top piece. And then depending on how cold it is, so that would be like if it was below like -5 to -20, all those layers are going on. If it's like 5 to -5, -10, I might skip the t-shirt or skip the long sleeve shirt, depending. And then on top of that, I will wear a light jacket. So a light jacket, or if it's towards that -15, -20, a puffier jacket, just with a lot of insulation to really take the wind and keep my core temperature warm. Because for me, and you may have experienced this, one of the reasons we don't like to go out in the cold weather is because our bodies start to tense up, and it's no fun to run when you're tense. So my preference is to start out warm and stay warm. Okay, so that's why these layers are so critically important. And then in the next video, I'll tell you about how to perform that actual walk or run so that you can de-layer along the way. Okay, so light jacket or heavier jacket. And then I finish off my top with actually a very long jacket. I have found like -5 to -20, my thighs get really cold even with my multiple layers. So I like to start with a longer jacket so that my thighs are covered at least till I get really warmed up. So we talked about the top, now let's talk about the bottom. Regular underwear, and then these are also Craft, so these are for cross-country skiing, but this is a really nice base layer. And it's super like tight but very forgiving, so it doesn't feel like you're wearing much of anything. And it comes up relatively high, which is again is nice because then you can like tuck layers, no skin will ever be exposed. That's my biggest thing. So that's the base layer for the bottoms. And then I have a couple pairs of these. These are craft as well. And they're like a fleece lined pant, which are amazing. They're a ski pant, but also very light and very soft. And that fleece lining is really great. And they're also windproof. So these are an awesome addition. Those two layers tend to keep me pretty warm on the bottom. And then when I start out, I have the long jacket to just keep my thighs warm as I'm warming up. All right, so then for the feet, I'm here in Vermont, so I don't go without darn tough socks. They make them in like a heavyweight, a midweight. They make different heights up the ankle. I just get enough to go over my undergarment. So something so that these two join at the ankle and there is no skin exposed. So these work perfectly. They don't need to be much higher than this. When I typically run, I have a very short sock and don't have anything. So this is just enough to cover all skin. So that's my sock. Those are darn tough. They're wool. And then for the winter time, I use it like I have one pair of sneakers that I'll use. So these are pretty aggressive. Ice happens here. We have dirt roads, so that packed ice can be pretty slippery. So I have an aggressive tread for the winter time. And these shoes are really beat up now, so they're just kind of my go-tos in the winter time. My socks are keeping my feet warm. My sneakers are covering my feet. And they have good traction. However, this traction might not always be enough. So I do have these. These are stabilizers and the brand is Stable. I've also used Yak Tracks in the past. Other people actually put screws into their sneakers. I haven't done that yet. These are easy to slip on and slip off so that I can just have my sneakers and these ready at any given time. So that is how I keep my traction. That's how I keep my feet warm. There are wetsuit type socks that you can also get that are great in the if your feet are getting a little bit wet. But at this temperature, it's extremely dry. So it's really about staying warm and keeping your skin protected. It's not typically about being wet. All right, so that's my feet. Now let's talk about from the neck up. So I usually have that, this shirt has the loose neck, and then I always start with, this is a really great face mask. This is Under Armour. It is very thin and light. My husband has a fleece one, which is awesome, but I like to wear a hat, and then sometimes I'll get warm, so I might take this off. So this is super light, but it covers it covers all the way underneath my eyes, and I can pull it over my nose. I can open it so my mouth is exposed, so you can be very comfortable with this. And this would tuck into that turtleneck. Again, no skin showing other than this little band where my glasses would be currently. Okay, so I wear this. And then on warmer days, I might just put a headband over this. On the colder days, I use a huge hat because I like to be comfortable. One of the things I found over the years is it can be very easy to feel constricted, and again, that's uncomfortable. So I don't want to be super tight and locked into anything. I want to be able to move my body and feel as natural as possible. So again, very light neck warmer and head covering, and then I follow it up with a wool hat. I have lots of different wool hats. Many of them are fleece lined. This one happens to not be, but this one is super forgiving. It comes down really low, which is awesome. So I can really get a lot of coverage, which I love. And then my hands, I have Fluffy mittens, these are ages old. These are combies, and I prefer mittens over gloves because my fingers being together keep each other warm, and I'll just put my thumb into the one big spot and do my little, because when I run, I'm holding my mugs in my hand. If you don't know chi running, take a look at that. So you wanna have your hands in this position as if you were holding a mug. So I'm able to do that within a mitten. And these are super warm and toasty. And again, I will pull that up over any wrist coverings here so that there's no exposed skin. And then lastly, you have options like neck gaiters. You have options of even feet gaiters if you don't want any snow or ice to get into your shoes. All kinds of gadgets and things. And again, it comes down to personal preference. This is my protocol. This does not have to be your protocol. But I get the question often, so I wanted to go through all of the things, and you can check out the actual links to these things or find your own similar favorites and post them for us so that we can see what you're enjoying too. I hope you found this helpful and your cold weather running feels really amazing. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.